And as I'm walking down, I thought I saw something, and I stopped and looked, and this little head pokes out, and it's a... Good morning. So, I need to come out and get some exercise. Too much turkey, too much food for Christmas. So it's the, what is it? It's the Monday after Christmas, so a couple of days after Boxing Day. Been pretty bad around here. I had a lot of floods and things. And as you can probably see from the water near, this is a path, but you need to paddle through it really. But yeah, it's been pretty bad. Some of this site's not being accessible because of the floods through the roads, to be honest. So we've got our wellies on this morning, not something we normally wear, but we're going to make sure we can get around. But the whole thing we really want to try and do today, there's been lots of reports of white-fronted geese. Now, I believe these are visitors from Russia that come over. Not that common, my understanding, but we've had reports of about, over in the fields, around about 20, 25. So I'm going to go and see if we can find the white-fronted geese today. Hopefully we can get around there. Hopefully, you know, the paths won't be too bad and won't be too flooded, and we can get out, and we actually go outside the reserve, to be honest. So we're going to get outside the reserve onto the old railway line that's out there, and I think they're out over in the fields somewhere over there. So we're going to go and have a look for those and see what we can find. So just take you for a little paddle. We'll have a look down there just to show you what the water levels are like, because as we go down here, you can see this here is actually a pontoon, and this pontoon, you can see the edge of the pontoon down here. This pontoon is normally about, I don't know, 2 to 3 feet outside the water. So you can see the water levels right up to the pontoon and coming over. So this lake is pretty well over its limits, and I think we're going to find that around a lot of them as we go around. But hopefully it won't stop us getting around. So as we've started to walk around, we're getting a bit of a distraction. I don't know if you can see it, but just around there, there's a little robin sitting in the hedge. As I walk down to this area, this is the area where I've captured the kingfisher before. This little robin's just floating around me. I got some birdseed out and actually got it to feed out of my hand. Unfortunately, it didn't want to do it when it was on camera, but it's just sitting there, it's singing away to me as happy as it like. And yeah, so it's giving me a bit of an idea for maybe coming down again. We really want to go and find the white-fronted geese today, but this little robin, I'm sure he hangs around this area, so maybe come down early one morning and just see if we can capture him feeding out of the hand on camera. That'd be absolutely stunning. Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to do, and I've actually achieved it this morning. Just shame I didn't get it on camera. So this area we're looking at now is supposed to be a weir in a river, but as you can see, it's more like a weir into a field. The river's just disappeared and the water is just all over the field, right down in front of me, right over to the far side. where the weir is just absolutely, the water levels. There's supposed to be a little brook in front of me, and it's just not here. It's just become part of the field now. Absolutely amazing, but it's fantastic to see, I have to say. Just see the amount of water. This down in front of me, just down here. This is supposed to be a brook, and then this goes up into the field here. But you can see the brook's just disappeared, and the field is just full of water. The weir, the far side, is just pouring out into the field basically. There's supposed to be a river runs along there from the weir, but as I say, that's all just disappeared as well. So you can see we're just surrounded by water here. And no white-fronted geese yet. Got quite a flock of long-tailed tits around us here at the moment. There's a couple of swans over in the field as it happens. They're in the water but in the field. Long-tailed tits were just, there's a few little reeds down here. The long-tailed tits were coming down these reeds. I was trying to snap a shot of them on there because it's quite a nice little environment for them really. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of geese just flown over the top, and as you guys know, I'm no expert with the birds and identifying them, but they didn't look like geese that I've seen before. Quite white, particularly on the top of the wings as they flew over. They've flown over, they've gone down the far end and seem to come down somewhere over there. So I'm going to go down and see if we can find them and see if these are the white-fronted geese. You never know. Let's go. Yeah, I think it was a false alarm, guys. I think looking at all these all look like greylangs from what I can see. I thought for a minute we might have it, but no, I think they are all greylags by the looks of it. There's a couple of fairly pale ones in there. I don't know what they are, whether they're youngsters or what, I'm not sure, but I don't think they're the certainly don't think they're the white-fronted that we're looking for. Well, we've drawn a blank with the white-fronted geese today, but highlight of the day, well, one was that robin obviously feeding out the hand. That's the first time I've ever had a robin feeding out of my hand, which was a real special treat. Unfortunately, as soon as I put the camera up, it went camera shy. But we'll come down, it seems to be quite a tame robin, it seems to be in the same place, just walked past it again. So I think that might be an interesting one to have a go at, see if we can capture the robin actually feeding out of our hand. And as I've just walked down here, there's actually like it's a man-made hedge type thing, which is lots of twigs and bracken and stuff. And as I'm walking down, I thought I saw something, and I stopped and looked, and this little head pokes out, and I'm not sure if stoat or a weasel, one or the other, just poked out. I walked past, and then it just popped its head up again. So got another couple of images of it. So may have something there. That'd be interesting to see. But yeah, I've hung around it, sort of scarpered across through the grassland in the end, but just looked at me a couple of times, head up, oh, what are you doing, sort of thing. So that was really good to see as well. So yeah, an interesting morning. No white-fronted geese, so we'll come back and see if we can get that again. And we'll just see what happens. So that's it. So we've come out again today, see if we can see these white-fronted geese. Before I came out this morning, there was a report of 26 in the field. So they're in the flooded fields apparently, up by the railway line again, where we went yesterday. On the way, couldn't resist a quick stop off to see the little robin. He's just feeding down the hedge now, but he's been feeding off my hand again today. And I think I've actually captured some on camera today, so absolutely awesome, beautiful to see. But yeah, let's leave him be for a while, and let's go and see if we can find these white-fronted geese. The robin might become just a one-off video the way it's going. We'll just see how that goes. I'll give you some little tasters, but we might actually look at doing that as a video in its own right. So let's go up and see if we can find these white-fronted geese. So we're getting a nice bit of light this morning. A lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was quite misty and murky. There's some dark skies around us that may threaten a few showers, or it might just be the mist clearing off. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. We might get some decent images if we can find these geese. God, I'm so unfit after all that Christmas turkey. So we've not come too far, but it looks like, it's difficult to see, there's a row of trees over here, and it looks like the geese are at the back of the trees. They look like the white-fronted geese, and from reports that other people are passing by me saying it looks like them. They're in what they call the river meadows at the moment, but they're just obscured by the trees, so it's really difficult to tell. It looks like probably, I don't know, half a dozen or so, something like that. But there's a public footpath down the far side, so I mean, if somebody walks down there, it could spook them over this side of the trees and into the fields over here with a bit of luck. but I think we're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, so I think we found them. We just need to get the images and the video, and that's going to be challenging at the moment. We can't walk across the field because this field was full of water yesterday. The water levels have gone down, so it's not so bad this morning, but it's going to be so soggy as you go across, and as soon as you go across you're going to spook them, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, so I think we're just going to have to bide our time a little bit and see what happens. So I think we're still struggling. We can't see them behind the trees over here. They're still there, but we just can't get a clear shot. But there's a gap in the hedge over that side. So I think what we'll do is walk up the path and see if we can look in from a different angle and see if we can see across to see them. We might see them better up there, I think. So let's go and give that a try. So we found that amongst all these grey lags out here, there's just a few white fronted geese. There's a couple, sort of 2 or 3 right in the picture now, struggling through the bushes and things to actually get a clear view of them, but we can actually see them out there, so that's good. A bit too far for images at the moment. Hopefully they might come this way a little bit. So I'm not sure how well you can see that, but there's a whole load of grey lag geese towards the front, and in particular the ones that stand out on this shot is there's 3 right at the back in a line, slightly darker, slightly smaller, and with the white fronted sort of patch above the beak. They're the white fronted geese. Quite difficult initially to tell the difference from the grey lags, but once you see it and spot it, then it is quite easy to see. But they're still quite a distance off, so I'm not sure how easy it's going to be for you to see this on the video, unfortunately. One on the right hand side now, you can see that white front as it's putting its head up. So I was just about to put a 1.4 converter on the camera, ferreting in the bag, and as it always happened, just as I'm ferreting the bag, camera turned off, something spooked all the geese and the whole lot took off straight over the top of me. Trying to ferret around, get the camera back on, get the settings right. I probably got the back end of some geese as they went over, but just missed it. You know, the whole lot came over me. I must have. How frustrating is that? You know, just the moment you're just putting your hand in the bag to do that, that's crazy. But they've landed a little bit further down, so let's go and see if we can get a bit closer. They might actually be a bit closer to the track now, so we'll go and see what we can find, and see if we can get some better shots. So excellent. We've just had them on this bit of land out here, slightly in the water, some on the land as well. So, but definitely the white-fronted geese. And once you see them, you can spot them from a mile away. They're so different from the grey lags with that white front, slightly smaller, slightly darker. So yeah, caught up, and they're still a bit of a distance away. So, but you know, hopefully we've got something you can see on the video and a few images. They then finally took off. A whole load of geese going up, circled round, disappeared over that way. So I think that's probably going to be it. I don't think we're going to see them again now. We're going to wander back down that way. We might come across them again, get a few more images. But yeah, so at least we've seen them. That's great news. So it hasn't been a waste of time the last few days. We've got some good stuff. You know, we've got the little robin, we've got the weasel as well. So a few bits and pieces. So I'm going to call it a day at that. The weather's, you know, it started to rain, a bit of sleet in it. It's gone quite dull, so not ideal for photography. But yeah, not too bad, you know. Hopefully, when I put this video together, you'll be able to see those white-fronted geese. On that note, have a great day whatever you're doing. Don't forget, if you're new around here, it'd be great to have you subscribe. You know, hit the like button as well for me, that always helps. And I'll catch up with you again soon. Bye for now.